Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're looking back on Sunday evening's racing with the SFR Cup for round 7 in the little Toyota SFRs. And we're looking at the grid there. No fancy grid walks today, because we need to see what tyres they qualified on. There's 3 sprint racers in the SFR, and they have to use a different compound of tyre in each race, ranging from the racing soft, the medium, and the hard. They choose what they're going to start the sprint race on in their qualifying, which they've done for 10 minutes. And this is the grid. Koikap on pole. Oh, well, I'll quickly read the championship because the table's been released now with dropped scores, so I can get you up to scratch on that. So with Skyjacker, he's at the top on 235 points. This is after 1 round dropped. So Skyjacker leads this championship on 235 points. His second is Koikap on 223 points. Ensign Newer in third on 213 points. Jim in fourth on 157 points. Barry Twins in fifth on 149 points. Bandit in sixth on 124 points. Seventh for Noxie on 104 points. Dan Wolf eighth on 98 points. And Pat ninth on 79 points. So yeah, it's quite close up there. Top 3, Ensign Newer, 213 points. Koikap, 223 points. Only 10 points behind is Ensign, with 2 rounds to go. 3 races around. That's 6 races. And Koikap chasing Skyjacker, and he's only, 12 points behind Skyjacker. So everything to play for. Looking down, a quick look at the chat. Gosh, we will get to the race, I promise. Skyjacker saying, ooh, treats. And Skyjacker saying, good evening, sir. Why, hello, Mr. Skyjacker. And Bandit saying, woohoo, a stream before sleeping. Yes. Are we comfortable, children? Shall we begin? There once was a fish called Koikap, and he managed to get pole. He's got the racing softs on. Oh, God, I'm switching back now from sport, 7 to sport. I can use the keyboard again. So, there we go. Skyjacker on the mediums. He got second on the grid. Noxie in the Lumi red car, would you say? Luminous red. He's got third with racing softs on. The Bazza, they're in fourth. He's got the mediums on. Ensign Newitt in the red and white car is on the racing hards, and Bandit is on the hards. Now, I've got some news about this race. I don't know whether or not to tell you before or after. I don't know. Shall we just enjoy the race for what it is, and then I don't want to spoil anything beforehand. So, all right then. So here we go then. We've done our qualifying. We've lined up, and we are going to go. Is that the best camera? Well, that's... Oh, we'll see how it goes. Come on then. Come on then, people. Let's go along this magic trip together. Sitting on the grid then, Koikap on pole. He's on the softs. Noxie just behind him, also on those softs. Skyjacker, the fly in the ointment there on mediums. We're at Brands Hatch, if I haven't already said. Ooh, a little roll there from Bandit. Will that falsify his start? It looks like it does. He stayed on the grid as Koikap pulls away, but Skyjacker gets a great jump off of the grid, and he is up into first place. Noxie going a little wide there through Paddock Hill Bend, and he slips down behind the Baz, and Barry Twins now takes it up to third place, but he's got Noxie and Ensign Newitt right there. Ensign Newitt trying to get the move done on Noxie on those hard tyres. Noxie on the softs. He's going to be coming back at him. Meanwhile, Skyjacker has a lot to contend with the Red Bull Toyota of Koikap going for a move up the inside. Are we doing the long track? Wow. So, Skyjacker then. We're doing the GP track, people. I probably should have said. And Skyjacker then leads from Coy in the chat. Skyjacker says after, and Bandit says after. So Skyjacker leads the race, but Koi Carp is on his tail, man. He's not giving him a second break. The Baz on the mediums up into third. Ensign Hewitt still ahead of Noxie. This is really slowing the Noxie down, with Bandit playing catch up. He's on the hard tyre. That's going to be quite tricky, and this could be it with Noxie. He's got to look up the inside of the Ensign, and he is through. Noxie up into fourth, and he's got to chase the Baz, although no, Ensign Hewitt's still in there, still cracking on, and Noxie now is behind again. Ensign on those hard tyres. He can push that Toyota around a track in Kent, can't he? Superb stuff. Skyjacker still leads. He's pulled away a little bit from Koi Carp now, and Koi Carp preserving the tyres possibly, with the Baz chasing them down. 15-minute race. Oh, we've gone off, and my controller is right in the way. We're 2 minutes in. So Bazza, he's there, isn't he? He's thereabouts. He's not letting them get away. Ensign Hewitt somehow keeping Noxie behind him. And Noxie must be feeling quite frustrated. He's got the move done now. Into what, Surtees, was it? There you go. No in-car with these for some reason. So Noxie now ahead of Ensign. He wants some corners to get those soft tyres to help him get away from Ensign Hewitt. Oh, but Noxie's gone a little wide now. Noxie manages to keep it ahead of Ensign Hewitt somehow. How did he get it back from there? That was unbelievable. A bit of grip on that green stuff, it would seem. Ensign Hewitt, though, chasing him down, knows there's always a chance the tyres may go off before the end of the race. Bandit playing catch-up out the back. And Koi Carp going for a move around the outside of Skyjacker. Skyjacker on the medium tyres, and Koi Carp, he takes the lead of this race now. Superb stuff as they go into the third lap, and Koi Carp bags the fastest lap in the race so far at 29.7, and Koi Carp, he wants this championship. Bandit is into the pits, and they're sprint racers, so he must have parked it. And Koi Carp then trying to keep a Skyjacker at bay, and a couple of corners is what he needs to stretch out that grip of those tyres. And that's it now. Koi Carp just needs to get into a rhythm. Oh, Skyjacker very wide, but he's still coming with great force. Look at him closing the gap to Koi Carp. The Baz, oh, Bandit's back out of the pits now. He's had a little top up of fuel. Well, he might be carrying a penalty for that. And the Baz there in third. He's dropped away from that battle ahead. What's the time? 4 minutes into the race. And there's some heavy right foots out there, because we're almost down to the half a tanks. So Koi Carp leads this race from Skyjacker. The Baz in third on those medium tyres. Ensign Hewitt chasing him down. Oh, he's back ahead of Noxie. Noxie slipping back to nearly where Bandit is, as Noxie just must have had a big off or something. Bandit could come into play, but he's been in the pits, which is an oddity in a sprint race. And Ensign Hewitt in fourth. Oh, little tete up here in the lead, and Skyjacker fighting back has got it away from Koi Carp again. And there is Skyjacker. This truly is a championship battle royale out there. We are witnessing first and second in this championship, slogging it out. And Ensign Hewitt, he really needs to be ahead of these guys. And Skyjacker in the chat saying, I think this is the first time all season Koi and I had a proper fight. And Bandit saying, this track and car was 100% perfect combo. There you go. The big thumbs up from Bandit with the Toyota versus a Brands Hatch. Worked together nicely. And Skyjacker then leading this race ahead of Koi Carp. Then we have the Barry twins chasing them down. Did a 31.3 last time around. Koi Carp did a 29.7. And yeah, they're both in the 29. So Barry twins going to have to raise up that lap time. And Ensign Hewitt in the 32s. Noxie, yeah, there you go. That's the pain on lap 3, a 46.3. He must have had a big off. And the Bandit chasing him down. But he has visited the pits in a sprint race. Skyjacker then leading the way through Druids, and Koi Carp was having a look, wasn't he? He was getting edgy. He was coming in hot. Was Koi looking for a spot? But Skyjacker had it covered. And at the moment, Skyjacker on track for his second championship. Ooh, but Koi, who might be chasing down his first championship, is in the striking distance now. He's opting not to get that toe. He could have sat right in Skyjacker's toe there, but he's liking the look. There he is now. He's grabbing it with both hands. Ooh, Koi looked a bit wide there, putting a wheel on the grass. Survives though, must say. Brands Hatch always kicks up a spin or two. We haven't seen much of that so far. The Baz, he's done a 31 again. And Koi Carp did a 31 last time around. Skyjacker also in the 30s. On lap 5 at the moment. Koi having a bounce over some invisible cones. And still trying to chase down Skyjacker as Bazza is looking like he's secure in his third spot. And Ensign Hewitt making his way around on those hard tyres, struggling to find grip, but he's on pace. No, Bazza's just on a 130 on those mediums. Ensign Hewitt doing a 31.9. Noxie doing a 30.2 on his racing softs. And Bandit, he's dropped a bit behind Noxie now. He was closing in. Koi is leading the race. Koi strikes back, and this is really an epic race between Koi Carp and Skyjacker. Skyjacker backing off, it seems. He's dropped a bit of time. He's either made a big mistake, or he's easing off. He's short shifting. Skyjacker must be wary of his fuel tank. I haven't seen that rev limiter flicker. Ooh, maybe no, again. Quick up into 5th. Koi Carp pulling away. I think they're starting to worry about their fuel here. Where are we? About halfway tank. Oh, we're about halfway in the race. The fuel, ooh, Skyjacker's fuel's quite low. I'm telling you, fuel might be a concern in this race. Bazza is 3rd. He's been keeping consistent lap times in here. He's closing up to the other 2 ahead, because I think they're having to ease off for the fuel, and Barry is coming back. Ensign Hewitt as well, but still, I don't think any of them are going to get to the end. Noxie, he's good on fuel. This race might be decided a different way. 29.7 for Koi Carp last time around. Maybe he's not easing up. He's definitely pulling away from Skyjacker. Skyjacker, we think might be short shifted. He might have leaned his engine out somewhat, but he's keeping an eye on Koi. Race is taking a very strange turn. Bazza's had a big off. It's not what he needs. Ensign Hewitt, he'll enjoy the points, but it's not there. It's not Bazza he needs to beat today. He needs to be ahead of Skyjacker and Koi Carp. That's where he needs the points. And Skyjacker then, he's not dropped right off. He seems to have just dropped back a slight bit, and he's staying in pace with Koi Carp. And Skyjacker said, "It was now when I realised an issue." Was there an issue? And Koi making his way around to start his 8th lap. Ensign Hewitt up into 3rd place as Bazza throwing it off the track, driving to the very edge. We've got 4 more minutes left of racing in race 1 of 3. Ensign Newart's in the pits. Ensign Newart is in the pits. This is unprecedented. We've had 2 pit stops in a sprint race, and that is highly illegal in the VRC. Koikarp. It doesn't matter if you run out of fuel. You still got to drive. You have to gain time in the corners. Go through the corners a lot faster on empty fuel tank. But Koikarp then, he's leading the way. Skyjacker, Skyjacker's just posted 29. That might be down to the light cars with hardly any fuel on board. 11 and a half minutes to go. I mean, 11 now. We're 11 and a half minutes in. So we're getting 3 minutes away from the end of the race. Koikarp's leading from Skyjacker, but Skyjacker looks like he's trying to close back in. Noxie's now up to 3rd. And Bazza is in 4th. Ensign Newart making a quick splash dash in a sprint, as has Bandit in this race. And Koikarp coming around to start lap 9. And so we make our way into 3 minutes left zone. 2 more laps, I'd say, as Koikarp crosses the line. And Skyjacker there trying to close in. Oh, Koikarp making a small mistake in Paddock Hill Bend, and that's all Skyjacker needs. Skyjacker comes through, and this is a great thing for his championship. He's leading the championship by, I think, 12 points, I said. And Koikarp needed to finish ahead of him to keep his championship hopes alive. And Koikarp's gone back ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's fuel now flashing, and we are close, are we not? Are we not close? We're nearly 13 minutes. We've got 2 more minutes left. I've really got to move that control runner so I can see the time on the telly. I keep having to move the chair. So Koikarp's leading. His fuel looks like it's going to get him there. No, he's gone massively wide. Oh my word, Skyjacker's through. Skyjacker's taken the lead, and Koikarp's come to a full stop. My word, something absolutely... Oh, and he's gone. Koikarp gone. Noxie, Koikarp, oh my word. So Noxie now moves up into 2nd. His fuel is flashing. Baz's fuel is flashing. Ensign Newart looking strong now. Coming back after his pit stop. Bandit still some way off of the guys. And Skyjacker, he's just going to have to coast this one home if he can get the fuel to stay with it for the win. We've got just over a minute left. I'm moving the controller because I keep having to stand up and look. And the controller's in its charger, which is right in that corner of the telly, what tells you the time. So Skyjacker is looking solid. Ensign Newart's closed up to the Baz. The Baz is on fumes. He's on fumes, and they're going to have to do another lap. This is unbelievable. They're just going to be coasting home at the end. Skyjacker, he must have that car engine leaned right out, and he's driving around in 6th. Look at him. He's not even... Oh, he has come down a couple of gears, but yeah, he's not even using the rev limiter. He's not even registering. Straight up to 6th to bring it home. Noxie's still got a little bit of fumes left. Ensign Newart's passed the Baz because he's got loads of fuel, because he pitted with an illegal pit stop, I may add. And the Baz, oh my lord, is looking desperate out there for these fuel tanks. And Skyjacker continuing on. And the timer will run out before the end of this lap. And Skyjacker, he's got a healthy lead on Noxie, but Noxie's having to strain out the car as well. And Ensign Newart moving up into 2nd place. But he'll be carrying a penalty for his pit stop, or even a disqualification possibly. Noxie then clinging on for that podium. Bazza just trying to get that Toyota round with the fuel. And here comes Skyjacker then to take the win. Just about enough fuel to get to the end. Great drive. Ensign Newart with the illegal pit stop, getting 2nd spot, ahead of Noxie, who comes home in 3rd place. And take a boo, my son. The Baz next across the line. No fuel on board whatsoever for 4th place. And Bandit is out there somewhere. Just coming around. Look, he's just coming around. I paused it. There's no way of seeing him. Is there no way of seeing him? Oh, Bandit, you're shy. You're hiding around the corner. So, Skyjacker took the win there with an almighty battle with Koi Carp. Don't know what happened with Koi Carp. Just vanished in a puff of thin air. With Ensign Newitt coming home in second, but with that highly illegal pit stop. What will happen? Noxie coming home in third, a gallant drive. It looked like it was lost, but with everyone's unfortunate fuels around him, he picked himself up a podium. Bazza brought it home in fourth, just about, and the Bandit is just coming around, but he also made a highly illegal pit stop. Well, post race, the VIA, the virtual, what was it? Federation International Automotive. So the virtual International Automotive had a look in to the race, and it was found that all the cars were running illegal fuel. Illegal fuel was found in every competitor, and that is why the fuel burn happened so fast. And everyone, it was null and void. It was null and void. Illegal fuel in all of the competitors' cars. Now, it's a big deal, and there's going to be a huge investigation on what's happened now. They think maybe there was a bit of a miscommunication. But yes, illegal fuel was used by all competitors. So race 1 is null and void. And they've been fined heavily. These teams have felt the wrath of the VIA. And they have got to scrimp some pennies. That's why Koi Carp pulled their team. Red Bull pulled their team in that first race. They knew they couldn't afford to get to the end of the race and pay the hefty fine for using the illegal fuel. So race 1 was, you just watched that. I just talked about it, and it was for now because it doesn't exist. It's been scrubbed because those naughty little people out there using it was the wrong fuel settings. If you haven't got what illegal fuel means, the fuel settings were wrong, and it was no one's fault. It was someone's fault, but it wasn't. No, it's one of those situations we can't blame someone, even though we'd like to. Everyone did what they were meant to do, so there's no one to blame. Anyway, that was race 1. Why am I harking on? It's because I'm waiting for someone to say something in the chat, and there's no one out there. So, let's have a look at Turtle finish. Turtle, Bandit, I mean. And there you go, Bandit brings it on home in 5th place with his illegal fuel, illegal pit stops. God, all the rules were broken in race 1. Well, the fuel tanks were cleaned out, everything was set right again, and we went into race 2, and everything was normalized out there. So this race is proper. Get your seatbelts on, because we're just about to crack on into race 2 of round 7 of the SFR Cup with the crazy Toyotas. And Skyjacker is still in the same position. He's 12 points ahead of Koi Carp, whom is 10 points ahead of Ensign Newitt. No one scored a point yet in this round. And that does make it difficult for Ensign and Koi, although they'd lost out to Skyjacker anyway. So really a bit of a relief for Ensign and Koi. That worked out better for them than it did for Skyjacker. So the grid was reversed and Koi Carp put to the back. And tyres, softs for Bandit, hards for Bazza, Ensign Newitt softs, Noxie on mediums, Skyjacker hards, Koi Carp on hards. Right, we're looking at Bandit. He's on the softs. All the fuel is set right, and we are go. A little wiggle there from Bandit as he tries to get traction down on the road, and maybe a little too much torque there, but he stays there in the lead with the Baz trying it around the outside at Paddock Bed, and the Baz, it pays off because he's up there. Bandit a little cautious maybe, thinking he could come back at Druids, but the Baz, he's on those hard tyres as well. Oh, he's looking after his back end, and Bazza then strikes away with Ensign Newer on the softs, coming up into second. Bandit now in third, he's on them softs as well. Noxie on the mediums in fourth, with Skyjacker on hards, fighting it out with Koi Carp again, also on the hards. These two are going to have a little cracking race at the back here on hard tyres. They've both got hard-ons. So Ensign Newer in first place now. How did that happen? How did that happen? Hey, hey, hey. No fair. You did that on the sly. So Bazza was leading Ensign Newer up into second. We saw that, but Ensign Newer is on a tear, and he's got those racing soft tyres on, which is a huge hit by, oh, and that Bazza, that didn't help. Barry Twins going a little wide there. He's on the hard tyres. Maybe he wants to join the other two with hard-ons. So Ensign Newer, soft tyre, right out there in the lead. Bandit chasing him down. He's also on the soft tyre. Bazza, he's on the hards, just ahead of Noxie, who's on the mediums. Skyjacker and Koi Carp duking it out for fifth and sixth. And how will this race unfold as we view it? And Ensign Newer, he's tearing one. He's cracking one away. He's definitely trying to build up a huge gap between him and the rest of the field. Bandit, the Flying Dutchman, chasing him down, and the Belgium driver. I've got to think of something that goes with Belgium. Noxie then. Noxie on the medium tyres wants to get himself past Bazza. Oh, Noxie going a little wide. Coming out the final corner, and Skyjacker doesn't need to get much more of an invitation than that. And I tell thee what. Oh, beautiful from Skyjacker. Noxie, though, going wide, asking too much from the medium tyre. Koi Carp having a look at Skyjacker as they come up towards Druids, but Skyjacker has it covered off, and Koi Carp stays in fifth. They gained a position from Noxie, going slightly wide. Ensign Newer leads this race from Bandit, and Bandit is pulling away from Barry Twins, who's now getting joined by the other two, and now we've got three with hard-ons all in a row. And this is, I haven't seen this since a dodgy Google search with loss of drink. But yes, Ensign Newer out there in the lead, flying high, and he needs it. Man alive, does he need some good points. If he gets a good win here with Skyjacker and Koi Carp, if they cannot progress, that's a good heap of points. It's a few, 3 or 4, which helps in the championship. And at the moment, Skyjacker log jammed up behind the Baz, and Noxie not having. I tell thee what, Noxie was absolutely flying a couple of rounds ago in this little Toyota, but it seems like the last 2 rounds he just hasn't gelled. He hasn't got that car where he wants it. So Ensign Newer still leading them around and doing a superb job. Bandit, he's found himself in a bit of no man's land there, and the Baz being kept company by Skyjacker and Koi Carp. I believe these guys all like to go on comms with each other and entertain each other with all sorts of inside jokes about what's in the box. Oh, Bazza goes real wide now, and Skyjacker says, yes, sir, thank you very much. I'll tell you what's in the box. Monster. And Skyjacker goes through up into third as Koi Carp, he wants to get something out of that as well. Koi Carp having a look, to see if there's anything on the go, but Bazza trying to defend it. And Bandit says, it's a curse, pole for Bandit. And Koi then, he gets the move done on Baz, and Baz slips down to fifth. Oh, and Skyjacker takes it to the podium, which Ensign Newer would rather not see. Ensign Newer would have been rooting for the Baz out there. Belgian Baz. Baz of the Belgium. I want something that's to do with going fast. Ballsy Belgium. He's the Ballsy Belgium. There you go. Bazza, I found it. Ballsy Belgium. And Bazza chasing down Koikap. Flying Dutchman out there looking grand. Peacocking a little bit in his glorious... Is that smoke? His smoking gun of a car. Showing great strength out there. Ensign Hewitt, meanwhile, showing everyone he's got the stuff, and he's going to be a champion, a VRC champion. Mark my words. With Bandit in second, Skyjacker third. Can he catch up the Bandit? He's going to try with all his might. Bandit 29.9 last time around, but he's a second and a half slower on this lap. 31.1 for Skyjacker. He's on the hard tyres, but we've seen him do some amazing things with his hard on. He can really, really make your eyes open, make your eyes water with some of the things he's done with his hard on. Koikap in fourth place with the Baz in fifth, chasing him down. This is a glorious battle from these three. Bandit chasing down Ensign Hewitt, but Ensign Hewitt is just not quitting. A 29.5 last time around for Ensign, and Bandit following in his shadow. A 31.7 for Bandit. Skyjacker 30.8. That's a second faster than the Bandit, and that Bandit will not do. You must go faster, because Skyjacker, he takes no prisoners. And he's got a championship to wrap up, and he wants to get it done and dusted. Koikap needs to be ahead of Skyjacker really in all of these remaining rounds. Cannot let the green and black meanie win, as Ensign Hewitt lengthens his lead out there, as Bandit trails behind. Trying to stay ahead of Skyjacker at this point. He's not chasing the lead anymore, I believe, but they're just trying to survive the wrath of Skyjacker. Bandit, I think I can hear him in his car, trying to do some sort of voodoo pray, a voodoo spell to try and summon the spirit of Spinjacker. And definitely he's like, oh, gods of the canals of the dam, bring forth Spinjacker. But Skyjacker is determined. He's had a championship this year, and we're getting close to the end of the year. I'm sure he'd love to round out, bookend this year with a couple of championships. That would be lovely. Meanwhile, oh, spirits of the dam, the canals of the dam, bring forth Spinjacker. Not this time. Ooh, possibly. Nearly Bandit. It nearly worked. That chanting nearly got you. Ensign Hewitt, meanwhile, he's getting shaky. Everyone's getting a bit shaky near the end of this race. And in the chat, Bandit saying Ensign was a bullet train, couldn't keep up with his pace. Yeah, he's seen, and he's seen he's 10 points behind Coy there. That's not quite 10 points, I believe. Probably about 4 points. But, and Ensign Hewitt getting the fastest lap. Ensign Hewitt's on it, innit? He wants that second in the championship. He's chasing Coy down. Bandit. Who are you fighting in championship? Anyone? Ooh, your mate Baz. It's a bit of a big leap though for you to reach Bazza, but still something to aim for. Bazza goes wide. Ballsy Baz out there, the Ballsy Belgium. Bazza the Ballsy Belge. That could go wrong. The Ballsy Bulge. Bulgy Belge. Big Bulge Belge. Oh, the Ballsy Belge getting them out again for us to see. He's having fun, isn't he? He's trying to drift that bad boy. Trying to get some drift on. He's getting his drift on, bro. Ensign Hewitt, meanwhile, sorry, Ensign. You're on your own, man. You're doing a time trial. It's like you're racing your ghost car. He's doing a super job, is Ensign Hewitt. And looking strong at the end of this championship. Bandit chasing him down. Skyjacker on the hard tyres. He's pulled away from Koi Carp now. Koi Carp doesn't have to worry about the ballsy Belge behind him. But Noxie never thought he'd see a car again. Sees a Belgium driver right in front of him, and he's loving it. Come on, Noxie on the hunt. But meanwhile, Ensign Ewart, we're only 10 minutes. We've still got 5 minutes of racing. I'm talking like we've come to the end. It feels like we've been racing. It felt this race has been so epic. It felt like it was a long race. So Koi, oh, we got some racing here, have we? Noxie catching up with the Bulge. And we're on board with Noxie. He's on the medium tyres versus Bazza, who's on the hard tyre, sorry. He's got his hards on. Noxie getting some very nice lap times at the moment. Saw Barry have a little slide mid-corner there. And Noxie pulling up alongside. Tries to get the move done around the outside, and he did it with style. Stepped the car out while he went past. Beautiful stuff. Great move from Noxie up into 5th place. And Barry Twins not enjoying that hard set of tyres right now around the brands of Hatch. Meanwhile, Ensign Ewart leads this race. He slam dunked this bad boy. He took that ball, dribbled all the way up the court, and he's just about to fly through the air and just drop it in the hoop. Skyjacker up to 2nd. Bandit's dropped down. Oh my word. I apologise, missing that. But Skyjacker, a force to be reckoned with, like we've already said, is absolutely on it at the moment. He's got the tonic that makes him on it. And that tonic is Monster. And Bandit, he's got to worry about the man behind now. Koi Carp, hungry for points. He doesn't want Skyjacker to finishing behind him is only 1 point, but finishing a car behind him is 2 points. So that's, he doesn't want that more points deficits from Skyjacker. And Bandit just did not summon Spinjacker, did he? He should have chanted harder. Ensign Ewart, meanwhile, I think he's untouchable. I don't think he's going to get a problem. He's taking this one home for an easy win. Skyjacker getting a great 2nd on the hard tyres, always a bonus. Bandit still ahead of the Koi, and the Koi pushing on hard to try and get that podium position away from the Flying Dutchman, whilst Noxie loving the slide on his car, but he's gone deep into the sandcastle territory. But also Bazza is having a sandcastle moment. We're just making sandcastles in the sand. And Bazza gets underway, and Noxie is just absolutely tearing his rears, and he's just trying to get a real slide on. Meanwhile, Ensign Ewart out in the lead. He's probably got the radio on, tuning. He's probably listening to some sci-fi podcast. But Ensign Ewart at the moment smacking down his territory here at Brands Hatch, a track he obviously thrives at. Skyjacker in 2nd. Bandit still holding on to that 3rd. In fact, Koi Carp looks like he's dropped back from Bandit, and Bandit has a bit of breathing space to claim the podium. And Koi chasing him down, though. There's still time to go. We're only at the 12-minute mark, just about now. No, 14 minutes. Sorry. I was thinking of it counting down, but I count down. So a minute left to race, and this will be their final lap. But there you go. Will it be, though? Yeah. Ooh, no, Ensign mine. If he doesn't slow down in this lap, he might cross the line before the timer. He might get a glory lap. With Skyjacker hunting for him, but it's too far. The reach is too far. Skyjacker having to settle for that second spot. Bandit found a bit of space from Koi Carp in the end. The Baz back ahead of Noxie, but Noxie is back on Barry's case. So Barry, he's had company. At least they're keeping each other company out there. And Ensign Ewer then comes up to the final corner. You know what? I think the timer might run out. He might be lucky. The timer might go on him. Yeah, it has. So here we go then. Ensign Ewer taking another win this season. Superb stuff. With Skyjacker bringing her home in second, ahead of his rival, Koi Carp. And yes, making it even closer to the championship, with Bandit bringing it home for a fine podium. Take a blue, my son. Koi Carp bringing it home for fourth. Good points, with Noxie in the end getting it on Baz. And the Bazza gets the wooden spoon in this race. And Noxie still got a corner or so to go. Can't count his chickens, especially the way he's been sliding that Toyota. But it does look like Noxie is bringing it home for fifth spot. Boom. And Baz is just about to come to the line, so we'll pause it right there. So there you go. Ensign Ewer. How many wins? How many wins has he had now? Look for the golds. Look for the golds. 2. So bumped it up to 3. Superb. Skyjacker with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins for Skyjacker. I mean, I should look at the non-dropped ones, really. I doubt anyone's dropped a score with a win in it, though. So Skyjacker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins. Koi Carp 1, 2, 3, 4 wins, and 2 wins for Ensign Ewart. It's Ensign Ewart getting a little closer there to Koi Carp. Can he do it over the next 2 rounds? With 1 more race to go, we'll go to the Baz. So this race finished with Ensign Ewart winning. Superb stuff. Well done. Good sir. Skyjacker coming home in second spot and getting very much closer to his second VRC championship. Bandit, great drive to third. Great drive. And Koi Carp in fourth, with Noxie coming home in fifth, and the Bazza bringing it home in sixth. Sweet. Then we've got 1 more race to go. Race 3 at the Brands. And I can't remember, it's probably reverse grid again. Probably, I don't know. We've only done seven rounds. And here we go for the final race of this round. Race 1 being void. No one got any points from that first race. All the teams were kicked out, heavily fined. And now we go into race 3, but only 2 count. The second one, this one, these 2. Oh God, don't worry. And I didn't even look at who was where, because I was too busy trying to pad. Right, Bazza is on the softs. Hards for Noxie. Koi Carp mediums. Bandit mediums. Skyjacker softs. Ensign Ewart mediums. Here we go then. The Bazza on softs, on pole. This can only mean ka-ching. And a great start from the Baz. Saw a bit of wheel spin from, must have been Bandit. Bandit really does get his wheels lit up off of the line. And Baz, a strong start with Koi Carp in second on those mediums. Skyjacker on the softs. He's in third. He's going to be a huge threat. And there is Noxie on them hard tyres in fourth. Bandit slipping down into fifth with the medium tyre, and Ensign Ewart buzzing off of his win, wanting to make his way through the pack. And the Baz tries to extend that lead. Koi Carp, good speed on the mediums, and Baz has gone wide. No, the Baz gone wide. He got back on track just ahead of Koikap. Could you have ever timed that? He could have easily taken Koi out. Is that an unsafe return? I don't think he returned it. I think it slingshot back. But yeah, Bazza, ballsy Belgian Baz, throwing it out there, and he's still hanging it out, isn't he, on those softs? He knows Skyjacker is looming, and Koikap must have had a heart attack. He must have thought, where did you come from? And Skyjacker then, the top three all closed up. Ensign Ewart making his way past Bandit and Noxie. Early doors, Noxie is on the hard tyre, Bandit on the medium tyre. Ensign Ewart also on those medium tyres, chasing down Skyjacker. Baz, and Koikap gets the lead on the medium tyres ahead of Barry Twins. Barry Twins is a bit of a sloppy lap from Bazza, and now he's found himself in a crowd with Koikap around the outside, cannot cling on the mediums, and the Bazza just edges it ahead again into Druids. Koikap again around the outside, but Bazza on them soft tyres gets the grip, and Koikap might be possibly losing a place to Skyjacker. Skyjacker on the racing soft tyres, and he wants to give it some against Koi, as the Baz needs to get a getaway. He needs a good lap in. Needs a good solid lap, as there goes Skyjacker coming alongside Koikap, getting a better drive out of the last corner, and now Skyjacker in second spot, chasing down Barry Twins. Koikap trying to get a tow. He's on the medium tyre, so any help will do, especially as he's got Ensign Ewart, who he's in a championship title fight with, as well as Skyjacker, obviously. But Ensign Ewart, he doesn't want to lose any more points to Ensign than he has already in this round, or he'll be dropping to third in the championship, and Ensign will be moving up into second. So one to keep an eye on. And Bazza under pressure from Skyjacker. Barry Twins, he's got to pull something special out of his pants, because he's got Skyjacker right in the seat of him. Yeehaw, bet cowboy. Let's go. And the Baz sticking to the apexes, giving Skyjacker very little option. Sitting behind, and will get on board with Sky, and Bazza trying his best. There's Skyjacker having a look around the outside, and oh, the back wheel touching the dusty part of the track. And he lost the back end there, had to readjust the car, and now he's got Koikap all up in his business, just as Barry Twins would like. So Barry Twins works on getting away from Skyjacker, and now Skyjacker needs to do all that work again, but this time he's got the added stress of Koikap right on his tail on a set of mediums, and the softs will go away. The mediums should stay. So Koikap, the closer he can stay to the soft runners in the duration of the race, the better for him. Ensign Ewart hasn't closed up to Koikap like we thought he had. He's got the fastest lap in the race on those racing mediums. Oh, Koikap's had a massive one. My word, we saw he was right behind Skyjacker. Then we think maybe possibly he lost downforce when sitting just behind the wind of Skyjacker. Oh yeah, mid-corner, I think he just asked too much from his Toyota. Returns back to track just ahead of Bandit, and Bandit just can't quite get ahead of Koi. He's trying though as they come up to the final corner, and Koikap will defend vigorously, I imagine, on that apex. And Ensign Ewart up to the podium ahead of Koikap again. Skyjacker trying to catch up with the Baz, and we are just coming up to 5 minutes gone in this race. 10 more minutes to go, and Skyjacker is in second, chasing down Barry Twins, who is leading. Ensign Ewart in a podium position, trying to catch up Koikap in the table. He was 10 points behind, but guess he got about 3 or 4 points on him in the last race. So now possibly only 6 points behind Koikap, and again in front of him, taking it down to 5 points going into the final round, and it's going to be tight. Bandit in 5th spot ahead of Noxie, who, it has to be said, is not having his favourite round. Barry twins. Oh, squirreling. Just asking too much from his Toyota, and Skyjacker with a little wry smile there says, yes sir, thank you very much. The ballsy Belgium getting caught out, pushing hard, and Ensign Ewart, unbelievable stuff from Ensign Ewart here on these racing mediums, mixing it up with the soft boys, and Koikarp trying to keep Bandit at bay. They're both on the mediums. Even Stevens out there between the Flying Dutchman and the effing fish. As Skyjacker leads the way with the fastest lap to rub insult into injury to his championship rivals, who are driving at the moment down in third. And fifth for Coy. Coy having another moment. Bandit moving up into fourth, and Coy is not enjoying that medium set of tyres in this final race. And Noxie might just be able to catch up Coy if Coy makes any more mistakes. As they go around his wide again, he's pushing too hard. Skyjacker, meanwhile, is he putting this championship to bed? With now Koikarp down in fifth place. He's reading off one fastest lap after another. The Baz, though, doesn't want to make it easy for him, chasing him down, and he's got to be kept honest because Ensign Ewart is on a tear with the medium tyres. He's on another level here at Brands Hatch. Put him in a Toyota, in a Brands Hatch, and he'll go fast. Bandit lurking. He's lurking there in fourth place, ready to pick up the pieces and drink the tears of his competitors. He's and again Koikarp. Is it the same corner every time for Coy that's catching him out? And Bandit already drinking the tears of Koikarp and of Noxie. He is looking to feast out on Ensign's as well, and Ensign just keeping Bazza in view all the time. As this race goes on, Skyjacker leads, and it doesn't look like there's anything going to change there. As the Baz tries to put a bit of pressure on Skyjacker and force that mistake. Trying to encourage Spinjacker out of the box. And Ensign then chasing them down. Skyjacker just playing there with the edge of the Brands Hatch track. He does like to do it with a bit of flair, does Skyjacker, and sometimes it is his ruin. But at the moment, on course for the win. Ensign Ewart hanging that car out, and Bandit says, if you're giving away a podium, my friend, I am up for it. So Bandit chasing down Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart thought he was safe. He didn't count on the Flying Dutchman being behind him so fervently. Koikarp in fifth spot. He's lost track of the pack, and now he's just racing with himself. He's playing with himself in that Toyota, and just seeing how fast he can take it. He's done a 1:30. He's had a shaky race, hasn't he? His lap times just have not been that consistent. He's got a 32 now. It's like he's playing lap time bingo, getting a different time every time he goes around. A 31, a 34, a 30, a 44, and a 32. So what's he missing? He could do with a 33, couldn't he? And a 35. Skyjacker, meanwhile, he's not playing bingo. He just wants 29s all the way down. And the Baz also enjoying them 29s. Ensign Ewart losing a bit of time in that last lap, but he seems to have got back on the horse, and he's pulling away from Bandit. We're at the 10-minute mark. 5 more minutes to go in this race. And Skyjacker reigning supreme out there. at Brands Hatch. It's a track he does like, Brands Hatch, and he does well. He's doing very well in the Toyota as he smashes another lap time. Boom, another purple, 29.3, and there's nothing Bazza can do while he hits a 30.9. Ensign Ewart at 30.9, also Bandit at 30.9. Wow, they've all did 30.9s, that's amazing. Oh no, the Baz has done something terrible. Shall I rub insult into injury? Oh, it looked quite slow, didn't it? It just looked like one of them slow ones. So Bazza doing his best to chase down a Skyjacker, and he just asked too much for an impact kill. Oh, it's one of those slow spins. They're painful. Oh, not bad though. Good save, good catch. Got to go in, facing the right way. Not losing too much. Dropping behind Bandit now. And Ensign Ewart up into second. Even further distance between him and Koikarp. That could be down to as little as 4 points in it between them two as we come into the final round. I might be able to tell you at the end of this. I think it has been released. So Skyjacker, ain't no stopping me now. I found the beat. Oh, yes, Skyjacker's flying, man. No one's stopping him. There's no one can stand in his way except for himself. Ensign Ewart, he's still being haunted by Bandit back there. Bandit getting himself up into a podium position. The Baz, unbelievable stuff from the Baz. I bet he can't believe it. Koikarp in 5th with Noxie in 6th. Noxie, fair play, man. He's stuck with it, didn't he? He's stuck with it. He's not had a great round. Although this one, it's not too bad, is it? I mean, he's had 1 or 2, but that's 3 laps. They've been consistent as hell. I'm going to go and see if Koikarp got a 33 yet. No. He's doubled up on a 31. He stopped playing lap time bingo. And he's cracking on. Skyjacker, meanwhile, still leading. Ensign Ewart, he's not a million miles away. If Skyjacker made a huge mistake, Ensign Ewart would be all up there. But for the moment, Skyjacker is the man that leads. Ensign Ewart in second. Bandit trying to close down on Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart did a 30.2 his last time around, faster than Skyjacker even. So Ensign Ewart is trying, man. He is trying hard with the Bandit in 3rd. Bazza in 4th. Koikarp, not his best round. I think this will be one of his drops as Noxie. So I'm there counting points between him and Ensign, but I think his points will change altogether. So this will probably be now his drop round. Skyjacker, meanwhile, as we move past 13 minutes in this race, 2 more minutes to go. So it'll probably be this lap and the next, maybe. I haven't called these laps very well, though. I always seem to think there's going to be one more than there is. Let's have a look. A minute and a half to go as he crosses the line. It's a minute and a half to get around here. So yes, this will be the final lap as Skyjacker goes into lap 10. And he's only got a couple more corners until he can take this win. Ensign Ewart has had to push this all the way by chasing the people ahead of him, and also Bandit keeping him very honest from behind. The Bazza has had an adventure in this race, and Koikarp also. He had a rocky start. He's got into a rhythm now. We got another 34. Oh man, needed a 33. And Noxie also having not his favourite race. What's he doing? Waiting for the clock? Possibly, yeah. He's trying to wait for the clock. Going up that final straight. And Skyjacker then coming around. And what can you say about this man? He's taken this championship by storm. This will be his 9th win this season. That's not bad, is it? That's not a bad stat to have as he comes over around the final corner. I think Noxie, did Noxie have to go past the line? No, Noxie's finished in 6th. Skyjacker brings it home for the win. Superb stuff. Ensign Newitt gets himself 2nd place, and Ensign Newitt drawing closer to Koi Cup in that championship. Bandit, take a boo, my son. Gets himself a podium position, and the Bazza having an absolute mare at the end of that race. It was looking oh so good for a 2nd place. But Paddock Hill Bend got him, and we'll pause it there because Koi Cup is just coming down the straight. Okie dokie. Skyjacker then with your win. Nice shot. Can't really see the car. Now it's blurry. There you go. That's about as good as it's going to get. Skyjacker then taking a win. And superb driving from Skyjacker with Ensign Newitt on the medium tyres, coming home in 2nd place. A great drive from Ensign, and a great haul of points so far this round against Koi Cup. Bandit coming home on the podium. Great drive from the Flying Dutchman. The Bazza, the ballsy Belgium, comes home in 4th. Could have been a different story if it wasn't for Paddock Hill Bend. Koi Cup, not a race he'll want to remember, coming home in 5th place, and Noxie getting 6th in the end. Again, not a good couple of rounds for Noxie lately, but he came on so strong when we first joined. Right, now I'm going to cheat and see if there is. I think there was an updated table after this Brands Hatch round. One of the benefits of doing the replays. So Skyjacker, after these rounds, it says, is in the lead of the championship by 279 points. Koi Cup in 2nd on 265 points, and Ensign Newitt is in 3rd on 249. So he's further behind now. 16 points behind. Oh, I don't know how that works out then. Poor old Ensign. It looks like Brands Hatch is one of his drop scores, and he got a win in it. Oh, that sucks. That sucks when you... Oh, because of that first round. Oh, poor Ensign. Yeah. That's a real shame. That's a bit of a shame, actually. That was looking quite juicy, but because that's now their drop score, all the scores have changed. The Baz saying my dislike for Brands Hatch is only grown. Oh, he could have been 2nd though. Right then, so that was round 7 of the SFR Cup. Join us next Sunday, and we're taking it down to the streets of Toyota, the streets of Tokyo. God, I'm fried, man. It's been difficult. That last part of that race was really slow and cumbersome. Come across all tired. So yeah, join us Sunday for the final round, and we'll watch Skyjacker get crowned in all his glory. And yeah, we thought we were going to have a good battle between Koi Cup and Ensign Newitt, but the way it's gone, it's gone further. They're further apart than they were. I'm sure they were only 10 points apart. But yeah, because there's a different drop round, it's changed. That's yeah, it was only 10 points. So, oh, poor Ensign. Put that win in. Okay then. And he got a good position, and he got a good place from the first round. Bad for him. All right then, join us Thursday evening for the VGT. I'll do it properly, I'll tell you whereabouts. It's the final round of the VGT as well, to see if Guesty or Liam Anfield, or the Liam Lassath as we're calling him, and guess where that is? The streets of Tokyo. Guess where we are on Friday? Streets of Tokyo. And again on Sunday, the streets of Tokyo. So we're having a whole street racing weekend, it seems. Join us for our future streams. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I don't think there's anything more to say. Bless you all. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Mike Rochburns. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Peace and love. Peace, man, and love. Yeah, baby. Barbecue egg.